you're sleeping. From a hidden underwater treasure to an immortal jellyfish residing in the ocean and an underwater sword, here are our top picks of the things captured by a deep-sea camera that no one was supposed to see. The hidden treasure. You must have seen many pirate movies in which they try to recover the hidden treasure from an island. But here, we will tell you about a real incident. A UK-based team recovered approximately 60 tons of silver coins from a 70-year-old cargo ship sunk deep in the ocean. The ship was traveling from Bombay to England and was torpedoed by a German boat during World War II. The treasure is worth approximately $50 million. The crew said that it was the heaviest and most expensive thing ever recovered from the deep ocean. According to the United Nations, almost 3 million shipwrecks are lying on the ocean floor. This means that maybe billions of dollars worth of treasure is lying in the ocean. Blanket octopus. Just look at this piece of natural beauty. Isn't this a sight to behold? One interesting fact about this octopus is that this species of octopus has the most extreme sexual dimorphism in the animal kingdom. The female can grow up to the length of 4 meters, while the male is just 2.4 centimeters long. The male has a long arm that detaches during mating, and sadly, the male shortly dies after this extreme mating. After producing so many eggs and caring for the young ones, the female also dies. It seems as if the whole purpose of their lives is just reproduction. Immortal jellyfish. Humans have always been fascinated by the idea of immortality. Maybe the secret lies deep in the ocean. Marine biologists have discovered a jellyfish named Turritopsis dohrnii that is dubbed as an immortal jellyfish. They can reverse the biological clock. When the medusa of this species is physically damaged or experiences stresses such as starvation, instead of dying, it shrinks in on itself, reabsorbing its tentacles and losing the ability to swim. It then settles on the sea floor as a blob-like cyst. After 24 to 46 hours, this blob develops into a new polyp, the jellyfish's previous life stage. In easy words, it can be explained by a butterfly life cycle. If instead of dying, a butterfly would be able to transform back into a caterpillar and then metamorphose into an adult butterfly once again. Mysterious train wreck. Off the coast of New Jersey, there lies a mysterious train wreck underwater. The 2 rare locomotives of the 1850s were found by archaeologists. They were found preserved 90 feet underwater and were found by chance by Paul Helper in 1985. What's interesting is that no one knows anything about them. There's no historical evidence of when they were built or how they sank below the water. Researchers believe that they were sunk during a storm while being transported from Boston to the mid-Atlantic. In spite of all the underwater rust, these 2 were remarkably well preserved by the ocean for 160 years. Underwater Hindu temple. Some years back, a piece of news circulated on social media about the discovery of a Hindu temple underwater. Many said it was around 5,000 years old, and that its discovery proves how dramatically the seawater has risen since then. None of this is true, as these Hindu and Buddhist sculptures were made in 2005 by an agency to promote the coral reefs of the oceans. Indonesia is a Muslim country, but the province of Bali has predominantly Hindu natives. The project was created 29 meters below the ocean. Another site was 15 meters below the water surface so that the recreational divers can also take a good look at these amazing underwater projects. Giant UFO sea creature. Scientists have long speculated over the question of, are we alone in the universe? Many say that there are more undiscovered species in the depths of the Earth than in outer space. One such example is siphonophore. This marine creature is often regarded as the alien of the ocean because of its strange appearance. The discovery was made by an Australian expedition who found a 46-meter-long siphonophore on the Australian coast. These invertebrates have bioluminescence, which means they glow underwater. The discovery of these species is proof that we know very little about the planet we live on. Giant sea cockroach. Researchers from Singapore have discovered a nightmarish giant sea cockroach at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. What's up with these cockroaches? They won't even leave the sea. This insect has 14 legs, as long as 30 inches, and is the second largest isopod species known to humans. It has been given the name Bathynomus raksasa. Although they have sheer size, they can't physically harm you. Even if they can't harm you, that doesn't mean they're not scary to look at. Spider-like squid. This sleek spider is one hell of a long squid. Also known as the big fin squid, this is a rare cephalopod with a distinctive morphology. It also has the nickname of long-armed squid due to its peculiar shape that resembles spider legs. Both the arm and the tentacles are believed to be about 4 to 8 meters long. as it is a newly discovered species, so not much is known about it, but the scientists have speculated that big-fin squid feed by dragging the arms and tentacles along the sea floor and grabbing edible organisms from the floor. Nemo's Garden. Nemo's Garden is an underwater farm in Italy. It is created by the group called Ocean Reef. All the biospheres are carefully monitored and provide optimal conditions so that the crops can grow to their full potential. This is a zero-impact food production system as it does not need any fertilizers or pesticides, which makes the whole process extremely organic. This underwater garden is currently producing 40 different species of herbs and vegetables inside air-filled pods using hydroponics. This is a pretty cool project, but due to the immense use of raw material, it's only used as a research project nowadays. Whether it can be used as an alternative for the shortage of farmland, only time will tell us. Shark sculpture. Imagine you're snorkeling in the deep ocean and suddenly you stumble upon a scary shark statue. Why would anyone do that? You want people to die by cardiac arrest? This statue is situated in Lake Neuchatel in Switzerland. Not much is known about this statue or who made it and why, but some people have speculated that it was made during the shooting of a movie and they wanted the shark to look as real as possible without using any CGI. Underwater Music Festival. Now, this is a place I really want to go to. Imagine how cool it would be to enjoy an underwater music festival. Maybe aquatic animals would also jam out at the melodious feet. For the past 35 years, at the Florida Key National Marine Sanctuary, about 6 miles south of Big Pine Key, this music festival has been arranged to draw attention toward coral reefs conversation. The musicians mostly use musical instruments made out of aquatic materials. Not only this, but there's also a competition for a best-dressed underwater rock star. So be prepared if you ever plan to go there. Giant sloth. Underwater caves with the remains of extinct species are extremely rare. Deep-sea divers in 2014 found the bones of a giant sloth in an underwater cave. These thousands-of-year-old findings are extremely unique, but this was found purely by accident. The creature was estimated to be 20 feet long. These sloths are imagined to coexist with mammoths and to be as heightened as elephants. The researchers were searching for Mayan artifacts, but instead uncovered part of a sloth's femur, a piece of the arm bone, and a large tooth. Underwater rings. The underwater ring is like a vortex ring made when the air bubbles occupy the core of the vortex, forming these large rings. It travels through the water very flexibly, just like a bracelet rolls down a person's arm. You have to make it fast to become stable, otherwise it would dissolve. Many aquatic animals like dolphins and whales can also make these rings. Dolphins are often seen playing with these little hoops. Engineers have also made devices to produce these rings so they can study the physics behind the rings. Can't imagine how much fun it must have been to play with these. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. And similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, well, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos.